Shout out to Sherry's Berries for sponsoring this update. Got a loved one with a sweet tooth? Well, satisfy it with the gift of Sherry's Berries. Get a dozen berries dipped in white, milk, and dark chocolatey goodness starting at $19.99 plus shipping. To make an order and ditch the gift shopping stress, just visit berries.com, click the microphone in the top right corner, and enter the no to find our deal. Welcome to the No, I'm Mica. 2017 brought the release of not one, but two brand new consoles thanks to the Nintendo Switch and the Xbox One X. And if Google searches can be believed, they were pretty damn popular. Google released their annual search report this week detailing some of the most searched for terms on the entire internet, and it seems that both the Nintendo Switch and Xbox One X were in the top 5 search terms for consumer technology at number 3 and 5 respectively. That's fairly impressive in the category that is normally eaten up by smartphones, and for reference, the other 3 items were the iPhone 8, the iPhone 10, and the Samsung Galaxy S8. Considering what we know about the Switch, all that consumer interest has definitely translated into loads of sales. We're still waiting on Microsoft to release some totals for the Xbox One X, but this is another pretty good indication that consumers have been very much interested. Since the release of Nintendo's classic line of mini consoles, gamers have been anxiously awaiting the reveal of an N64 Mini. But what about an N64 Mini handheld? Okay, this one gets a little bit confusing because apparently images started circulating yesterday showing a handheld Nintendo 64 system, and no, it's not an official Nintendo product. It's apparently a prototype out of Kdin. It's a company that makes video game peripherals and retro consoles like the Retron. Someone claiming to be a Kdin senior account manager threw the now deleted photos up on Facebook, claiming that he snapped them at the company's R&D division. As for why he was posting a secret product, he said it was to put social media pressure on the company, who have had the N64 Mini handheld at a low priority. Of course, it sounds like the only real pressure is about to be applied to the employee himself, because Kdin told My Nintendo News that they're now taking action against him for sharing the product. Also, it's totally real, but definitely a prototype that might not ever see the light of day, so it's a lose-lose situation for all of us. We've got more random Bandai Namco rumors again. Seriously, these guys keep popping up in the news a lot these days, and this time it's that they're behind Metroid Prime 4 for Nintendo Switch. This rumor comes from games writer Marcus Sellers, who's been dropping some various Bandai Namco hints on Twitter over the last couple of weeks. And this week, between posts on Twitter and his Discord server, he said that one of Bandai Namco's upcoming titles is none other than Metroid Prime 4, with a lot of help from Nintendo. He claims the game's first trailer will be shown at an upcoming Nintendo Direct in January. Bandai Namco would definitely be a surprise for Metroid. The popular assumption is that it was being developed by Retro, since they still haven't announced their current project. However, they've assisted with plenty of mainline Nintendo games in the past, like Smash Bros. And Mario Kart 8. Those are popular. That being said, some of Sellers' recent track record is under question. He also indicated earlier this month that Bandai Namco would host a show with Nintendo mid-December to unveil as many as 5 new games. Yeah, that show is happening on December 16th, but it's all about Shonen Jump, which I'm not complaining about, but take this with a little bit of a grain of salt. The RPG masters at Obsidian have been hard at work on a new secret project, and now we know when we can expect to play it. The developer just announced, along with publisher Take-Two, that Obsidian's new game will be out in Q2 of 2019. According to a press release, it's a new single-player RPG set in a new universe that reunites Fallout creators Tim Kaine and Leonard Boyarsky. As for Take-Two's involvement, they'll be publishing it thanks to their newly named private division, which will specialize in publishing what they call smaller AAA projects. It sounds like Daybreak Games, creators of H1Z1, PlanetSide 2, EverQuest, and DC Universe Online, have something potentially exciting in the works, judging by some recent job postings. According to the job descriptions, Daybreak is currently looking for game designers to join them in the development of a hugely popular IP. No idea exactly what this IP might be, but they're also calling it a world-class one as well, indicating that it's a globally popular property. There's no telling what this new IP might be referring to, but our guess is it's probably not another attempt at EverQuest. Last year they canceled EverQuest Next after many years of development because, well, it just wasn't any fun. Daybreak's job postings indicate that this new game will be announced soon, so it looks like we won't have to wait too long to find out what it is, and you know we will keep you posted. We've got some more details about the campaign for the upcoming Metal Gear Survive. The Kojima-less game will feature co-op zombie killing, but there's a single-player campaign too. Producer Yuji Korikato said that the campaign will focus on survival, with you building up your base camp and collecting enough food and water to survive. You'll also have to craft items like an oxygen tape to be able to explore. Oh, and apparently items are scattered all over the world because they've been sucked through a wormhole from the world of Metal Gear Solid 5. That sure is a sentence. A co-op beta will launch for the game on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One January 18th through 21st, and the full game launches for those consoles as well as PC on February 20th. It's no secret that the 3DS is getting a little bit old these days, but could it be selling better than ever? Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils-Aimé said that the system is actually on track to sell more units this year in the US than it did last year. He said that's incredible for a system that's been out in the marketplace and is enjoying its 7th holiday right now. Must be a lot of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon players out there, or maybe Samus Returns sold like crazy. Regardless, Nintendo said that the 3DS family of systems have sold more than 67 million units worldwide since it released in 2011, and they insist that they'll keep supporting it despite the popularity of the Switch. And who says that the 3DS isn't getting any new games? Nintendo announced that Pokemon Crystal is coming to the Virtual Console on January 26th. So it's technically not a new game, but you know, the game originally released for the Game Boy Color in 2000. This is still good news for Pokemon fans who want to go visit the Johto region again. You might remember that Crystal was the updated version of Pokemon Gold and Silver, and this is the 17th anniversary of the day it released in Japan. Oh, and Nintendo teased that Celebi will make an appearance in the game too. So if you're interested, it's only $10. I know where my $10 is going. Director Robert Rodriguez has responded to all the online chatter about the huge freaking eyeballs in the trailer for Alita Battle Angel. He's directing the adaptation of the classic manga series and said that it was always the plan to give Alita giant eyes because they wanted to be faithful to the source material. He told Empire it was always James Cameron's intention to recreate a photorealistic version of the manga eyes that we're so accustomed to seeing. We really wanted to honor that tradition and see that look standing next to any human character. Her origins are in the film and you understand why she looks that way, he added. If the eyes are windows to the soul, we have some pretty big windows. You can see a lot going on in there. When it gets to the emotional scenes, it's really uncanny and striking. So, there you go. Eyes are the windows to the soul. A cliche, that's the reasoning. The movie is set to release in theaters on July 20th of next year. The FCC voted today to get rid of net neutrality protections in the US, a decision that could have a really big impact on the future of the open internet. There's been a lot of opposition from tech companies, and Twitch released a statement today joining in that chorus. CEO Emmett Shear wrote, "Net neutrality has played an important role in the history of Twitch. Without it, we might not be here today, and our streamers might not be here tomorrow." If you're not familiar, net neutrality is basically the concept that ISPs can't play favorites when it comes to specific sites or services, and charge more for faster internet speeds. She wrote, "Because our streamer community, many of which are small business owners, depend on their viewers having easy access to their channels and reliable quality of service, repealing net neutrality will erode the power of the internet to enable and create these types of jobs. This is why we are lending our voice to championing a free and open internet." The FCC, however, voted to get rid of those protections in a 3-2 vote today that was controversial, to say the least. We'll see how this all shakes out, but obviously today's votes could have really big implications on how the internet works in the future. Well, that's all the news we have for you today, and remember, for more news from every corner of the internet, like this video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the know. Thanks to Sherry's Berries for sponsoring this update. If you've ever panicked over last-minute holiday gift shopping, you know it can be super stressful, so don't do that this year. Make it easy on yourself. Get the gift of dipped strawberries that will satisfy any sweet tooth. Sherry's Berries offers a dozen berries dipped in white milk and dark chocolatey goodness starting at just $19.99 plus shipping and handling. And you can set the delivery date when you order. Or if you want to make sure there are a few spares so you can snag them too, you can double the berries for an additional $10 and they'll throw in a keepsake dessert platter. Plus they've got other holiday treats too, like snowman brownie pops, cheesecake Christmas trees, and artisanal chocolate truffles. To get a dozen dipped berries for $19.99 plus shipping, just visit berries.com, click the microphone in the top right corner, and enter code THEKNOW in the search bar there. That'll bring up the deal and you'll have your shopping all sorted out stress-free.